I messed up on my first attempt at making this video. So, step number 2. These are, I've never tried these before till now, Nacho Picoso. So I assumed from the name it would be spicy. It's not really. I don't know how many, I opened the bag on camera in the first attempt. I don't know how many of you like the sound of a chip bag. I know some people like that. I don't necessarily do. When I think of a chip bag with noises, I always think of a scenario where you're in a classroom and you just finished your test, and you go to get some chips from your bag, and it's literally the loudest noise in the world because you're trying to be quiet. So yeah. So, my cat's in heat right now, and I've never seen a cat in heat before, so I thought she was dying. This happened last night. She was making these weird noises, and she was humping the ground and the air. Her snatch box was up in the air, and she was rubbing her neck on the ground, so I thought there was something wrong with her neck. And then I realized, oh, she's horny. So, I'm thinking of getting her, with my tax refund. When I get that, I'm gonna get her spayed, which I've never had to get a cat spayed before, so it kind of freaked me out. But I did research on it, and it's actually, unless you're a cat breeder, it's something that it's very much so advised you do it because it's very healthy for the cat. It prevents cancer, and it just makes the cat experience much more pleasant, because a cat in heat is really fucking annoying. So, I broke my headphones, last week or the week before, and I can still use these to record on. I'm using another pair to listen to music on, but they're really shitty. So I actually ordered today some Skull Candy, because I went to Best Buy, and there was a pair, and it was over $50. These Skull Candy, they were 50-50 Skull Candy, that's what they're called, and half headphone, half mic. I guess that's what the name comes from, and I'm there were a pair online that, brand new, they sell them online on eBay for $20. So that's right there. It actually costs $52, so I'd be saving $32 just buying it online. there are a whole bunch of flavors, right? A whole bunch of colors. I was boring. I just did black. But there are a whole bunch of ones. Like there's like a Rasta one. There's just, of course, kind of Jamaican looking Rastafarian. I am personally a pastafarian. If anyone doesn't know what that is, that's what you would call someone from the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, which is a parody religion. It's kind of like the contemporary version of Russell's Teapot. It's kind of like Russell's Teapot. It's kind of like, to explain it in a, I don't know, basic manner, it's like if you were to say that there was a teapot in between Mars and Jupiter, and it's also called celestial teapotism, and the strongest telescope in the world could not see it, but you said that you fully believed that it was there, and your belief in this teapot between Mars and Jupiter that you can't prove is actually there is completely logical to society's standards, because there are, like, let's say, texts thousands of years old talking about this celestial teapot in between Mars and Jupiter. So it's kind of like the rationalization that people go through in believing in religion. That there really is no evidence. It's just that it's just all on faith and belief. The Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster was mainly made, I think, to battle intelligent design in school. The teaching of it. Or in, like, public schools. But I think the argument is very silly, but it's like, I think you can teach it, intelligent design or creationism, more specifically, in public school, but do it in the appropriate class. Do it in an elective religious class. Don't do it in science class. That's like teaching calculus in PE. Like, it's just not an appropriate subject matter. Like, why would you learn calculus in a class where you're supposed to be talking about your health and so on and so forth and playing basketball? In my opinion, it's a very silly argument, and it's only lasted this long because America caters to Christians. So, oh no, I'm going to get a whole bunch of nasty comments now. At this point, I kind of want to say things in my videos just to get a reaction out of people. Not that I'm saying anything that I don't believe in or I'm trolling. Like, I do believe in those things. But it's just kind of funny just to kind of see the reaction out of people. So. This is America. America. Like, I was working one day, and my manager and another employee, they're both Indian, were working, and they were doing inventory, and I was behind the register, and the guy came in. We're not corporate owned, so we don't do coupons, and this guy came in with a coupon. I said, oh, we don't do coupons here. And he said, why? This is America. I have to try so hard not to laugh. And then when he left, I was like, America. And my manager and my coworker started laughing hysterically because the reason why I bring up the fact that they're Indian is because one of them makes fun of Americans all the time, and the stuff he says is perfectly legitimate. Like, the stuff that he says about Americans. America. But, yes, there are people who are that ignorant.